Are you kidding me? WNBA? Caitlin Clark fans are not racists. It's incredible to me that even though the WNBA has received their highest ratings in, well, ever, that the players decided to bash on the fan base that is bringing in the viewership and ultimately more money for all you players. Now, it's no secret, Caitlin Clark and her fans are what is driving up viewership. It doesn't take an Elon Musk type genius to see when players are jealous, envious, and ultimately greedy. How are they jealous, you're asking? Well, it's because the WNBA has never had this much publicity, and all those players know it is because of Caitlin Clark. How are they envious then? Well, the players are envious of Caitlin Clark's fans and the money she is bringing into the league. The players want themselves to be the driving factor in bringing money into the league. But sadly, it hasn't worked in years. How are WNBA players greedy then? Well, since the WNBA is unable to make a profit, as NBA Commissioner Adam Silver explained on how the NBA loses about $10 million every year because of the WNBA's inability to bring in money, the players don't care if they have to mooch off of the NBA. So even though I believe the real reason why the WNBA players are calling Caitlin Clark's fans racist is because of jealousy, envy, and greed, I went ahead and took the liberty of looking up the facts myself to verify whether the WNBA players were right and I was wrong. Let's first lead it off by listening to Alyssa Thomas when she called the Indiana Fever fan base a bunch of racists. Let's go ahead and check out that video.
I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it, and we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but nah, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And, we come to play basketball for our job and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. There's
I noticed Alyssa Thomas said the Indiana Fever fan base are racist without any evidence, right? Right? Don't worry, though. Don't worry. I found the video she must have been speaking about. Check out these terrible, racist people. Did you all see that? What a bunch of little racists, right? Did you see the little girl's sign saying, "I want to be like number 22, Caitlin Clark"? Sheesh, that's so racist, Alyssa Thomas. So thank you for letting us know about the hatred happening in the league. Whew! We are all thanking you. Alyssa Thomas wasn't the only WNBA player to come out and say Caitlin Clark's fans are racist, though. Here's Russia's favorite American convict, as she was arrested and thrown in the gulag, Brittney Griner, talking about Caitlin Clark's fans as being racist. Check it out.
Obviously, the game has grown, and there's new fans, but how do you appreciate the new fans without all the noise that's coming
with them? I appreciate the new fans that sit there and yell racial slurs at myself, my teammates, and the people that I play against. Because, those might be opponents, but those are friends too. They don't deserve that. So I don't appreciate the new fans. I think it's okay to do that.
A little breaking news insight on this whole Brittney Griner being arrested in Russia. Originally, when Russia arrested Griner for bringing in marijuana into their country, which is illegal, they thought they were arresting Bob Marley, but they were sadly disappointed to find out it was only a mediocre WNBA player and not a famous reggae musician. Oh, sheesh. Which Russia then asked if the WNBA is a sitcom in Hollywood. But they then were sadly disappointed again and found out that, yes, there is a women's basketball league in America, and no, it's not a money-driven league like the WNBA. Even though Russia was disheartened about not being able to make the trade deal for Brittney Griner, they realized that when talking to a man who is the supposed leader of the free world, who craps his pants, and a woman who laughs uncontrollably in the worst situations, that, wait a minute, yes, America is currently living in a Hollywood sitcom. So wouldn't it be funny to trade a WNBA basketball player for a Russian arms dealer? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris thought so, as they laughed and crapped their pants. Well, at least one of them crapped their pants. So now pot smoker Brittney Griner is playing basketball in the WNBA again, and no one seems to care. While Russian arms dealer known as the Merchant of Death is back to his old ways of selling weapons across the world. Anyway, getting back to Caitlin Clark fans being racist, I looked up the evidence myself, Brittney Griner. Don't you worry. I looked it up to back you up on your talking point. And here's the footage of these evil, diabolical people who would dare come to a WNBA game. Check this out. Sheesh! You see those weapons those little beings were using? You're right, Brittney Griner. If you came even an inch closer to those balloon noisemakers, your ears would explode from the racism being said to you. Oh my goodness gracious. I am sweating. I am so upset. I wonder if the Merchant of Death himself sold those weapons to them. Oh, scary times in the WNBA, everybody. Our next woman that claims that white privilege is a thing in the WNBA is Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson. Let's check this video out.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top, in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
A'ja, I noticed you're talking to Kelsey Plum, who is white, and you're trying to convince her that because of the color of her skin, she has a privilege in the WNBA. And because you are black, that you don't have the power that she has. Oh my goodness. A'ja, with all due respect, shut up. Just shut up. Because of people like you, little girls who look up to you now believe that they can't be like you because they will be looked down upon because of the color of their skin. Even though it is racist to notice Kelsey Plum's color of her skin and to claim that she has more opportunities than you do because she is white, you're not noticing the bigger picture here. From your jealousy of not receiving the publicity that you want, you are now increasing racism. Because the fans that do watch you now look at white people as superior beings, which then causes the people who believe they are inferior beings to hate that person based on the color of their skin. A'ja Wilson, maybe, just maybe, if you were to push away these oppressed views you have, considering you are a pro basketball player getting paid to put a ball in a hoop for a living, and you start focusing on the game of basketball and continuing to use your talent from the game to do the talking for you, maybe people would be more interested in watching you. A'ja, if you get the opportunity to speak to the media off the court, maybe use that platform to spread wise words, such as, I hope I can be an inspiration for little girls everywhere, and that I believe you all can be just like me if you put the time and effort into what you want to do every single day. As long as you are doing your best to be the best at what you want to become, that is success. And I know you all can be a success if you put your mind into it. Just a thought, Asia. Just the thought. You can even take that quote from me. Maybe if you use that, more girls will want to watch you. Just a thought. All right, who's next on the list for explaining on how Caitlin Clark's fans are racist? Ah, yes, of course. It's Caitlin Clark's apparent nemesis, Angel Reese. Angel Reese has her own podcast now called Unapologetically Angel. Here's the interview where she talked about Caitlin Clark's fans being racist.
Caitlin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me home. Like it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me like naked, literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like,
no.
Are you naked on Instagram?
All right, so first things first, and this doesn't just go towards Angel Reese. This goes for all WNBA players who just don't seem to understand that they are pro athletes. Because you are a pro athlete, you work in the entertainment business. Do we understand what that means? In the entertainment business, there will always be critics. There will be people who love you and people who hate you. That's how it is. It's always been that way, and it will always continue to be that way. Now, as far as racist remarks go, we can all agree that if this is happening on the court, which there has been no evidence of, those fans should be kicked out of the stadium and potentially banned because they are in an environment with children. Now, here comes the people yelling at me saying, well, that's their First Amendment right. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess, I know, but you can say those things not in front of children, right? Can we agree with that? It's like if a man were to go into an elementary school dressed as an over-exaggerated woman with big prosthetic breasts, butts, wigs, makeup, and they start speaking to children about sexual orientation. Oh, wait. Yeah, that is happening, isn't it? Oh, well, I guess that's okay then, according to the Democrats. Now, Angel, you said you're receiving death threats online. Here's the best advice I have for anyone who is in the entertainment business dealing with this. Do not listen, read, or even reply to people who are hating on you. That's how they get inside your head. Let's think in basketball terms, shall we, Angel Reese? When you shit talk on the court, which you know you do it to get into the player's head. Just like you tried to do with Caitlin Clark, correct? The best thing you can do to those shit talkers is play harder and shut them up by letting your play do the talking. Lastly, Angel Reese, you said people are generating naked pictures of you online using AI. Ugh. That is disgusting. And I would say that in general, pornography should be illegal. But sadly, there are people in our own government who are just as sick as these people generating naked pictures of you that are all for it. Sadly, many celebrities have to deal with this problem. Angel Reese, quick advice. Look at the outfit you are wearing on your show. You are half naked. On Instagram, you have a bunch of pictures of you dressed the same way or worse. You are giving those disgusting people the opportunity to generate AI pictures of you because you are already half naked. Be a role model for girls and put some damn clothes on. This has nothing to do with racism. It has everything to do with the fact that you are more focused on wearing almost nothing and posting that online compared to inspiring little girls to play basketball. Considering there were multiple WNBA players who came out and said that Caitlin Clark's fans are racist, I did an even deeper dive to find these racists and expose them. So here's the guy that the mainstream media is claiming to be a racist and even a Nazi. Check out this picture. You are going to lose it. Oh my goodness, would you take a look at this man? He's wearing a Trump 2024 hat and is holding up a sign saying, "Make basketball great again, number 22. Oh my, this deserves outrage. Outrage in the streets. Isn't it unbelievable that people believe this crap and think that this man is a racist because he's a Trump fan? Real quick, and then we'll get back to Caitlin Clark. If you are a Trump voter, that doesn't make you a racist or a Nazi. These people who believe this seriously have the worst case of Trump derangement syndrome. You're not a racist if you have different beliefs in policies, values, and even religion. Second, this man's sign is not racist. Now, if it said "make basketball white again," then yes, that would be racist. But that's not what it says, does it? Caitlin Clark is bringing the WNBA a style of basketball they have never seen before. Not only because of her play, but because of the person she is and how she handles fans and the media outside of the court with respect. That's not racist. Caitlin Clark is improving women's basketball, and that's a fact. Oh, but don't worry, race baiters and race hoaxers and the oppressed everything is racist believers. I found the Indiana Fever racist fan you were all talking about. Don't worry, I found it. This woman is a real mean racist too, a real meanie. Check out this picture. It's a white lady standing up with tape on her shirt that says, "Ban nails." Oh my goodness, what a racist. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. This isn't racist either. Unreal. The wrath of these people who constantly live in a world where everything is racist to them and where they can't take a joke. It's a joke. What happened to comedy? No wonder why most comedians these days are saying they're voting for Donald Trump. What happened to people's sense of humor? There's not even funny movies out anymore because comedic writers are afraid of hurting someone's feelings. You people are ruining comedic relief. Now, why did she put on this shirt? Well, if you missed it, it's because Dejanay Carrington almost poked Clark's eye out. If you missed that video, check it out. I mean, seriously, why are women allowed to have long nails while playing a physical contact sport? This is literally a hazard, people. These women have their nails poking out, acting like they're the freaking cheetah from Wonder Woman. Long nails should be banned. Now, real quick, I would go as far to say that those people who claim this woman to be racist for wearing a shirt saying "ban nails," that you are actually the racists because you are assuming that black women are the only women who have long nails. Sheesh. So many racists in such a small world. Huh, Disney? Speaking of Caitlin Clark being clawed by Wolverine, Clark all season has been dealing with players fouling her on purpose, and not just on purpose, but with intent to harm. Check out some of these so-called basketball plays, as you will notice some refs didn't even call them fouls. Check it out.
We're pretty close. This has been as close as it's been all second. Hammer. Three Sky players coming over.
So after doing the research, putting in the work, and trying to find racism that is happening amongst the Caitlin Clark fans in the WNBA, I have come to the conclusion that there is no such thing happening. These ladies may be receiving mean comments on social media, but that's what people do online. It's nothing personal. It's just bitter people who have nothing better to do with their lives other than trolling players who they know will take offense to their comments. If you comment back, WNBA players, and buy into the bait, that bitter person won. Because their main purpose was to make you feel how they feel, which is more than likely sad and alone. WNBA, please wake up. Wake up and realize that Caitlin Clark's fans are not racists. Stop pushing this fake narrative towards this fan base, because if you continue to make this push, people will stop watching the games. You think you would be grateful, considering this is the highest viewership the WNBA has had in a long time. In fact, let's go over some facts from this year's playoffs, shall we? Now, the Indiana Fever versus Sun game broke a record with 2.5 million viewers. Caitlin Clark's first WNBA playoff game brought in 1.84 million viewers. And that was on Football Sunday, people. Football Sunday. Fans were watching the WNBA over the NFL? That's amazing. During the playoffs, ratings were up 142% from last season, and they averaged 970,000 viewers in 17 playoff games. These games included Caitlin Clark. Now, after Clark was bounced in the playoffs, obviously ratings dropped, as the Liberty versus Aces Game 1 series in the semifinals had 929,000 viewers. But during those semifinals, ratings were up 99% from last season, as they averaged 850,000 viewers across 9 games. That's a record, people. That's a record. This is the most viewed WNBA semifinals on ESPN in the past 25 years. That is something to celebrate. But instead, you're all getting bitter on why Caitlin Clark's fans are racists. Even the WNBA Finals Game 1 had 1.1 million viewers, which is still great news for the WNBA. That is 371,000 viewers more than last season WNBA Finals, and a 57% increase. But they still couldn't top Clark's viewership. But as a player or member of the WNBA, you have to be pleased with the improvement. Be grateful. WNBA, people want to see greatness no matter the color of their skin. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, Babe Ruth, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, Lionel Messi, Pele. Do we understand? If you show the world that you not only have talent, but that you are capable of winning, breaking records, and have a demeanor in the sport that isn't cocky but shows confidence, people will flock to you. People will want to watch you because you are a role model for future generations to come. If you keep pushing racism, woke ideology, politics, etc., people will run away from you because they are tired of being called racists. They are tired of being looked down upon or talked down to, and they are tired of being told how to think. To all the Caitlin Clark fans out there, we know you aren't racists. Don't allow these jealous, bitter women in the WNBA to push you away from watching Caitlin Clark or any other WNBA game that is on. Continue to show your passion for the game and your support to your favorite players. Maybe if these WNBA players took notes from humble, diehard fans such as yourselves, maybe the WNBA will stop trying to increase racism, and they would rather try to increase viewership and the fan base to help improve their league. And just for fun, here's a quick clip of why Caitlin Clark is so likable and why the fans flock to her.
You let me in? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
What up?
Oh my
How are
god!
you? Don't
No
get out! Surprise!
Yeah, right? No way! This is a legend right here!
CJ, I felt like you had to meet one of
You
my
didn't turn
closest
around when I
homies.
touched you. That was
You know,
fine.
yeah.
I thought it was Jay!
Me?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Should we get a picture?
Welcome. This is a fucking follow. Hold on. Right? I'm like, what? Does that look alright? What do you think about that? Yeah. Can we get a selfie? Alright. Okay. Bring it in.
Nina! Oh my